This episode of Weekly Weird News is sponsored by Hunt a Killer. It's a subscription box for lovers of true crime and mystery, which the whole fucking world loves right now, so perfect. Now we're gonna explain more about that later, and it definitely takes some explaining, but first, the weird news.
Yeah, so you're probably aware that before we started making videos on this channel around 6 months ago, we were previously making basically the exact same videos, but for another company. Unfortunately, most of the stuff that we made back then has been lost to the sands of time and the sands of AT&T, which basically means that the origins of the Big Dick Toilet are shrouded in the kind of mystery normally reserved for folklore. But as the story goes, sometime around November of 2016, on a podcast, we came up with the idea of a toilet for people with big dicks. Specifically, a toilet with a deep bowl and a much lower water level, ensuring that well-endowed, long-dicked men would no longer risk dipping their tip in their own piss and shit.
And now the thing was that it wasn't for necessarily gigantic, enormous cocks.
It's practical.
It was, but it was also because it would sell really well for people with normal or small-sized cocks, because then you would make people think that you had a big dick.
Anyone without one must not have. Yeah, got a real little tiny pecker.
Why won't Elliot invite me over to his house? Because he doesn't want me to find out.
They're gonna see my toilet, notice that it's not a big dick toilet. So then what will they think?
It was a revolutionary idea. I mean, people actually wanted these fucking things. And we thought it was, actually. We thought we made it up. But it turns out that we weren't the first ones to think of this by a long shot. In fact, one of the true originators of the Big Dick Toilet recently got promoted to Attorney General of the United States and is in charge of the entire US Department of Justice.
Well, he deserves it for coming up with the Big Dick Toilet.
The Big Dick Toilet thing, it really lets you know that people like the show, because for the past 2 days straight, I've got nothing but tweets about how our idea was stolen.
People are very emotionally invested in it. And if we had been more proactive, they could have been financially invested in it, but it's too late now.
And we don't know we didn't know who this guy was, so it's not like we just stole his fucking idea. Plus it had a different name. If you haven't been keeping up on the day-to-day goings-on in the US, just the US politics in general, who can blame you? But recently, President Donald Trump ousted Attorney General Jefferson Beauregard Sessions, which is legally how you have to say it.
Beauregard.
He took him out of his position and installed a guy named Matthew Whitaker as his temporary replacement. And there are a lot of reasons to see this as a bit shady. Unfortunately, all of those reasons involve understanding the ongoing special counsel investigation into the 2016 election and the potential for conflicts of interest regarding that, and this isn't the show for it right now. You go figure it out on your own. Now, this is Weekly Weird News, and we're here to talk about big dick toilets.
Yeah, so back in 2014, before any of this political stuff, Matthew Whitaker joined the board of directors for World Patent Marketing, a company that pitched itself as a place where inventors could bring their big ideas and have them marketed and promoted to a large audience. Now, let's say you got a great idea for a product, but you got no idea how to actually get it made and see it on store shelves. Well, you hop on Google.com and search for something like, "Sell my invention." And you see that World Patent Marketing is one of several companies offering to help bring your invention to life. Of course, it's gonna cost you a couple $1,000s in fees, but hey, gotta spend money to make money. You're an inventor now. And trust us, these guys are legit. After joining the company, Matthew Whitaker said in a press release, "As a former US attorney, I would only align myself with a first-class organization. World Patent Marketing goes beyond making statements about doing business ethically and translates them into action." So, seal of approval right there.
Is this the one on the TV that has the caveman chipping away at a giant stone wheel?
I think that's Invent Help.
Oh, okay. Probably the same thing. It's at least the same concept.
There's a bunch. Yeah, they're all scams.
Yeah. Just go on Shark Tank.
So yeah, sounds like a legit company, right?
Yeah, well, it turns out nobody really made money except for World Patent Marketing, because World Patent Marketing was a big old scam. Last year, the Federal Trade Commission shut them down and fined them $26 million for defrauding their customers, some of whom lost their entire life savings.
Whoops!
Leading up to that, a lot of customers who felt ripped off, of course, wrote negative reviews about World Patent Marketing and wrote formal complaints to the Better Business Bureau, although we all know how that business operates in and of itself. Matthew Whitaker himself would often contact these people and accuse them of blackmail and extortion, saying that as a former US attorney, he was pretty sure they could be facing some serious civil and criminal charges for these negative reviews.
Well, he must know what he's talking about then.
He is a former
I will delete my review.
Former US attorney.
So anyways, in addition to that FTC thing, which was a civil case, there's also apparently an ongoing FBI investigation into whether World Patent Marketing committed any crimes. But this is all while Matthew Whitaker is currently in charge of the Department of Justice, so we'll see how that goes.
What if he only recused himself from the World Patent Marketing thing? I refuse to go down with this big dick toilet scam.
It would be unethical for me to weigh in on the big dick toilet. Anyway, with all of that foreplay out of the way, let's get into that big dick toilet. You know we can all fit.
Yeah.
Or rather, the masculine toilet, as World Patent Marketing named their version of our idea.
Yeah, it's our name is far better than the masculine.
Direct. What's a masculine toilet? It's got hair on it? No.
Yeah.
It's a big dick toilet. Now, to be fair, Matthew Whitaker did not personally invent the masculine toilet. However, the announcement of his joining the World Patent Marketing Board of Directors is listed within the same press release announcing the masculine toilet.
The masculine toilet is described as solving two very serious problems found in normal small dick toilets. First, the narrower curvature at the front of the toilet creates limited space for male genitalia when a man sits on the toilet seat. This limited space can cause contact from male genitalia with portions of the toilet, which is undesirable as those portions may be contaminated from human waste. The second half of the equation involves changing both A, the height of the rim, which needs to be increased, and B, the surface of the water level, which needs to be decreased. This will prevent contact with the water and its contents itself, whereas the first solution only prevents contact with the porcelain. The distance between the rim and the water surface needs to be long enough to ensure there is no risk of contact. The average male genitalia is between 5 inches and 6 inches. However, this invention is designed for those of us who measure longer than that. I estimate that a 12-inch distance is adequate enough for most well-endowed men, though I would not be surprised if there are cases who need a greater distance. Nevertheless, for the time being, this is a good starting point. An extra long XL version can always be created if needed. So this is just him saying I got a big dick.
Yeah.
And I got a patent to prove
For
it.
a well-endowed man like, oh, you don't think I have a big dick? I'm not going to show it to you.
Listen,
I have a patent, though.
here's the problem with the patent is this toilet is not even big enough for my huge dong. So we'll keep the option open to create bigger, longer toilets.
Yeah. I mean, why stop there? Yeah. So yeah, the masculine toilet, it solves a problem faced by presumably countless men whose flaccid penises measure an entire foot long.
Yeah, are these dudes peeing with boners? Sitting down and peeing with boners or shitting with boners?
Foot-long flaccid dick. They're out there. It also, and maybe even men who stretch further, they're still in trouble, but there might be an extra large XL model on the way, so stay tuned.
For people like me, Matt Whitaker, the only way I can receive an erection anymore is by taking a giant shit.
Yeah.
And it is very uncomfortable to be taking a shit and then have that shitty water with my dick inside.
Well, you've got a big dick, you need a lot of blood to fill it up, and my shit is 90% blood, so I shit out the blood, and now all the new blood goes to my foot-long flaccid dick.
A foot-long flaccid dick is the craziest sounding thing.
Yeah.
And I know they probably exist.
I'm sure there's one or two out there. It just sounds very inconvenient.
Yeah. It's like
like that goes. You're
just cut the front off of the bowl. That way, when you have a boner, it can just go forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just shit outside at that point. No one's gonna judge you. They're gonna take a look at your monster dong and be like, "Carry on, sir."
Carry on. He's dragging that thing all over town.
Yeah. So that exists for all of those people out there with foot-long flaccid dicks. Thank God. Am I right? Mm-hmm. Well, in addition to what the masculine toilet achieves in function, you gotta remember it's also great because it's the sort of product where not owning it would be basically admitting that you don't have a monster dick.
Our marketing tactic.
This is the masculine toilet, and therefore all other toilets are feminine toilets. Toilets for girls. Mm-hmm. And they only need about an inch.
Unless you have a big, long clit.
Unfortunately, though, the masculine toilet never saw the light of day thanks to the forced closure of World Patent Marketing, which is a shame. It's especially a shame because you know who could have used a masculine toilet perhaps more than anyone? That's right, Bigfoot.
Yeah, Bigfoot's involved here too. And no, this has nothing to do with successful Bigfoot erotica congressional candidate Denver Riggleman.
Nope.
One of the inventions pitched over on World Patent Marketing's absolutely insane Tim and Eric-esque video page is we're pretty sure it's a Bigfoot doll. The ad shows various Bigfoot dolls in various weird motion graphic scenarios and outfits, along with Bigfoot facts that pop up throughout, including the fact that DNA evidence proved that Bigfoot exists. That was back in 2013.
Yeah, I don't think that's true.
It didn't. Oh, but wait, hold on. Here it says, World Patent Marketing and Squatch World are offering a $1 million reward to anyone that can present irrefutable evidence that Bigfoot exists. But, I mean, you just said it was already proven, so where's the money? Also, what is Squatch World, and why does it read as if I'm saying squanch, like Rick and Morty guy?
Squatch. Short for Sasquatch.
Yeah,
That's what all the kids are calling Bigfoots these days.
I get it, but I'm too used to seeing the other word.
Well, over on SquatchWorld.com, which is still up and running, they apparently sell all of these various Bigfoots, or Squatches, that are featured in the video, including Christopher the Surfer Squatch, Frankie the Fireman Squatch, and Jaw the Rasta Squatch. Oh boy, that's racist. Now, unfortunately, while that Vimeo video's description claims that Squatch World isn't just about stuffed animals, but is also about the most up-to-date Bigfoot news, evidence, and sightings, none of that stuff seems to have made it to Squatch World. And hold on a second, wait, what about that $1 million reward from World Patent Marketing for irrefutable evidence of Sasquatch? The long form name of the Squatch.
Yeah, over on the World Patent Marketing SoundCloud, which actually has a kind of insane amount of content.
Follow me on SoundCloud.
They elaborate further on the Bigfoot reward in an audio press release. Except, not really. They don't even provide a way to submit Bigfoot evidence, and the whole thing just seems like a way to attract PR buzz around Squatch World, which the press release claims is also developing a board game, a mobile app, knapsacks, toys, a clothing line for kids, a celebrity event called You Have Been Squatched, and an animated Hollywood film. 2 years later, though, all they got is those stuffed animals, one of whom is pretty fucking racist.
Well, they're cute dolls. But hey, if Bigfoot wasn't ridiculous enough, another one of World Patent Marketing's products was time travel. Specifically something called Time Travel X.
Oh.
There's another Vimeo video. This is an ad for Time Travel X, but it doesn't really reveal much about what this even is, aside from showing a bunch of ridiculous stock video footage over text explaining that World Patent Marketing has partnered with a time travel scientist to make time travel a reality. It's quite ridiculous and vague, but the best quote in the video is, "Wall Street said we couldn't do it because they're living in the past."
Well, how would they know if they couldn't time travel?
Yeah, okay, but what's the product? Oh, I see. Okay, it's cryptocurrency.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so according to World Patent Marketing's press release preserved in the Internet Archive's Wayback Machine, Time Travel X is a, quote, theoretical time travel commodity to be set to the price of Bitcoin. That's pretty much all we can gather, though.
You're going to want to time travel and, your money's no good in the future.
You have to future-proof money.
Bring some crypto. It's all crypto in the future, so you're going to want to stock up now.
Squatch coin.
Through the power of the blockchain, you'll be rich when you land in the future.
Again, that's all we could gather from it. World Patent Marketing CEO was at a big crypto convention in February of 2016 to pitch a new time travel cryptocurrency to other crypto enthusiasts.
Well, I'm sure
just ate it up.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's what happened. So, there you go. Time travel, not invented, but you're gonna need everywhere you want to be, baby, even in the future. Thanks to the damn FTC coming in and shutting down World Patent Marketing for, rampant fraud, we no longer have time travel to look forward to. No. Damn FTC won't let him be.
Yeah.
This is why big government needs to leave the free market alone, everyone. Come on.
Yeah, we could have been time travelers. I could have been rich in the future.
Yeah. Everyone would have been there with their US dollars, and I would have laughed.
Get that paper out of my face. I'll wipe my ass with it on my big fucking masculine toilet.
So now that I'm thinking about it, those toilets that they have the cut, so they're not perfectly circular or oval, they have the cut in the middle?
Yeah.
Is that where you're supposed to hang your dick?
Hang it? What?
Yeah, you just hang it over the side of that? You just piss on the floor?
No, probably not.
Because the actual rim is supposed to be clean, theoretically. So maybe you get one of those and you just hang your big dick over the edge.
I mean, probably not. I'm sure people do.
Yeah.
If you've been in any public restroom, everyone's got their own way of doing it.
Yeah.
Some people do it on the walls. Some people do it on the floors.
I always give it...
Some people leave their underwear behind because it's ruined.
I always give people a pass when the floor is covered in piss, but I originally thought it was because of all the small dicks out there who just can't even tuck it down. They just piss straight forward. So if they're taking a shit, they're just pissing all over the place.
Yeah. There's a hose, an inch-long hose isn't a hose, it's a gun.
and those should be illegal. Anyways, like we said, there is an insane amount of World Patent Marketing content still up on Vimeo and SoundCloud. So it's possible there's even more insanity to be found in this corpse of a failed scam. In the meantime, though, one of the guys who ran that whole thing is now in charge of the U.S. Justice Department and could eventually be actually attempting to shut down or defund or do any other kind of thing to the special counsel's investigation into 2016 election meddling.
And I think to myself, what a fucking stupid world we live in, God. And I want to kill myself.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I want to see the end. Anyways.
It's like the November and December are like the final season of 2018, like if you were watching it as a TV show, and it's really cranking up.
Reality has turned into The Walking Dead.
And that's why The Walking Dead is lame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be like Andrew Lincoln, just kill me off. Anyways, in other news, we are happy to announce that the Weekly Weird News Hall of Fame has yet another new member who in a very short span of time has proven himself to be on par with the greats. His name is Jared Threatin, and like many folks here in Los Angeles, he's a musician with big dreams. And in order to accomplish those kinds of dreams, you're gonna need a whole lot of moxie. Well, fortunately, Jared Threatin's moxie levels are off the charts. I don't know if I've seen moxie of this quantity before.
They should bottle him up.
Now in 2017, his band, Threatin, released his debut full-length album, Breaking the World. And just a year later, he has graduated from the local bar circuit all the way up to an important milestone in every hard rock band's career, touring Europe.
The only place that still appreciates hard rock.
Yeah,
I see you, Europe.
Fucking Americans don't appreciate hard rock.
Yeah.
We gotta go to Germany.
First stop on this whole expedition, London. Venue, the Underworld in Camden, which has hosted numerous big-name hard rock acts over the years. And Threatin was gonna pack the fucking house, having sold nearly 300 pre-sale tickets. It was sure to be a real headbangers ball. Except, well, turns out only 3 people showed up. 3. Well, okay. These kids these days, they're quite flaky with their commitments. Maybe
Probably playing that Fortnite.
Maybe a new video game came out or something.
Yeah.
Who knows? But let's continue on, because at the next stop on Threatin's Breaking the World tour, very clever, this was at the Exchange in Bristol. Literally no one showed up, despite Threatin having apparently sold 180 pre-sale tickets. Huh. Oh, and then the same thing happened at the Asylum in Birmingham. 150 tickets sold, but just one paying customer actually showed up.
You know, sometimes that's how I want to feel at a show, like they're playing to only me.
And
this
feel that
man
way.
got that experience. Okay, so yeah, if you haven't guessed yet, this Threatin guy is a fucking liar. There were no pre-sale tickets sold. And when these venues started looking into things more, they noticed that the hundreds of accounts who had RSVP'd to their Facebook event pages for these shows all listed their location as Brazil and were probably, almost certainly, fake accounts. And the 38,000 likes on Threatin's Facebook brand page also appeared to be blatantly fake accounts, purchased to make Threatin seem popular, when they were, in fact, not popular at all. But it goes much deeper than even this, actually. You could actually forgive these venues for having been duped, because Threatin also had multiple videos on their YouTube page that showed the band playing to big, packed venues. Except the band and the crowd were never featured in the same shots, almost like they had taken crowd footage from someone else's show and edited it into their own footage with their own music over it.
Brilliant! Anyways, there was also other YouTube videos on other channels presented as phone footage taken from the mosh pit at Threatin shows. These appear to have actually been someone else's mosh pit footage, with the original audio removed and replaced with Threatin music and fake crowd noises. Diabolical. One even featured the description, "Live video of Threatin. Got this video last June. I could only get a few seconds here and there. The crowd was pretty wild. I kept almost dropping my phone. Great show though."
Wow, this band is so good you can't even photograph them without
They're like
getting
vampires.
shook. Yeah.
The grift goes so much deeper though, and makes even less sense the more that you learn about it.
Yeah, so you see, the reason that these venues were so surprised about their shows being empty is that all of these Threatin shows were handled by an outside promoter. Now in that scenario, the promoter pays to rent the venue out, and then they handle all the ticketing themselves. And surprise, Threatin's promoter, Casey Marshall, and the company he works for, Stage Right Bookings, neither of those actually exist. They're just fake people and entities created by Threatin to book these shows. Stage Right Bookings does have a real-looking website complete with lists of various artists that they represent, but, you guessed it, all of those artists are fake as well. Jared Threatin paid these venues thousands of dollars up front in order to play on stage in front of literally nobody except the venue staff. Which explains why the venues were only slightly annoyed. They'd at least gotten paid, they just hadn't made any money at the bar. So they're like, whatever, fair play.
What's funnier about this is that this person did a much better job at creating this whole fake reality than Jacob Wall did when he tried to take down Robert Mueller.
Yeah, you could really learn a few. Like, Jacob Wall is such an amateur compared to, like, the Weekly Weird Greats, which Threatin's now part of. Wall is such a fucking, it's Bush League.
He's a ding-dong. Now, in addition to the fake Facebook fans and fake promoter and fake YouTube videos, Threatin also backed up his bullshit with a fake record label, Superlative Music, which also features a website that looks real enough at first glance and features a multi-paragraph history section saying they were founded all the way back in 1964, along with a big list of artists on the label, all of which are, again, fake. But that's not all, baby. Threatin also needed some press buzz, so he created a fake music news website called Top Rock Press, which features enough believable-looking articles about actual artists to seem legit, including interviews with artists like Anthony Kiedis of the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, but it was just plagiarism.
Yes. Also, there was a page announcing Threatin as the winner of their coveted 2017 Artist of the Year award.
Wow, good job, Threatin.
This guy did way too much work for this. He could have just been learning instruments.
Well, he already plays all of the instruments.
Or just getting good, getting better.
Yeah, their songs, I listen to them on Spotify. It's not for me. Maybe, I don't know. I can't tell you if it's good. I can tell you that I don't like it.
Okay.
Anyway, this Threatin guy, he also apparently at some point created a Wikipedia page for himself. Though, to the credit of Wikipedia's moderators, they deleted the page after concluding that not only was it clearly there solely for self-promotion, but also that all the sources listed were fake. They figured all this out way back in March, before any of this, with one moderator writing, "Perhaps it's unfair for this subject, as he may genuinely find success someday and merit an article, but this one, as it is a gross example of how the internet can be abused to hype one's way into notability."
Savage. Anyways, since Threatin's scam was brought to light primarily by metalsucks.net, the tour has fallen apart.
No!
And I thought that it would have done better, just so people could go see the spectacle of it all.
They had like one more show after, and a couple people showed up. They got some really good videos of the band performing.
Cool.
Still to a pretty much empty room, though.
So how many people are in this band?
4.
And they're all in on it?
No.
Ooh, let's find out about that. So despite getting their money up front, venues started canceling these shows on principle, and the drummer and guitarist, Jared Threatin, hired for his touring band, they quit the tour out of sheer embarrassment. They'd been recruited for the tour via yet another fake company, Aligned Artist Management. These are all great company names.
Yeah.
He could really have a business going with some of these company names.
Yeah.
It sounds about as real as World Product Marketing, or World Patent Marketing.
Yeah, and they were a real company.
Barely. They had been stoked for what seemed to be a huge opportunity. Finally, my chance to play on stage
I get
in
to
Europe.
tour Europe.
Well, we can't really call the UK
I
Europe
get to tour
now.
Europe and the UK.
Yeah, did they fall apart before they went to actual mainland Europe?
Yeah.
So they only toured the UK.
Yeah.
Because as we all know, the Brexit.
Yep. This is Brexit's fault somehow.
It is. Anyways, the band members, they'd been duped just as badly as everyone else and are probably the biggest victims in all of this, having been sold the dream of rock stardom by a pathological liar and then, stuck playing empty rooms and getting made fun of all over the internet. And probably, I would assume, going into a little bit of debt to do such a thing.
Well, yeah, maybe a little bit.
Well, they definitely lost wages.
Well, a lot of their shit was covered. One of them, one of the sites had a screenshot of his Facebook post, right after he got the job, and he's just like,
oh,
guys, great news. I'm gonna be touring Europe with Threatin.
No.
It's gonna be awesome. I'm so excited for this next part of my career.
Oh, that's the kind of cringe I hate.
I know.
Misplaced happiness.
So, yeah, you should have been cynical like the rest of us, idiot.
Yeah, I guess. Lesson learned.
So in the end, this Threatin guy spent an insane amount of money booking venues and paying for flights and hotels and transportation for himself and the rest of his hired band, only to play a few empty rooms and be roundly mocked across the internet. Why? What did he think was gonna happen? Was this a fake it till you make it situation? Did he hope that maybe the supporting bands playing his shows would fill the house, thus exposing Threatin's music to thousands of new fans? It's baffling.
Wait, there were opening acts?
Yeah, and they were none of them were very happy either.
Well,
they were like
they
local.
didn't draw any people to the venue?
Nah.
That's fucking sad too.
Like, I don't know. Unless this is some huge Andy Kaufman-esque master trolling of a magnitude previously unseen, I don't understand it. But that seems to be the angle that's being taken by Mr. Threatin himself, who posted on Facebook this week, "What is fake news? I turned an empty room into an international headline. If you're reading this, you are part of the illusion. Hashtag marketing, hashtag psychology, hashtag social media, hashtag threaten, hashtag breaking the world, hashtag fake news, hashtag music industry."
Except no, Jared. You're basically saying I pooped my pants on purpose. And you all noticed me, didn't you? Really makes you think. And it's not even just that. It's, hey, I pooped my pants on purpose. And I spent $50,000 on those pants. Isn't that funny?
Really makes you think.
No, it doesn't. None of this makes me think. It all just makes me hate fucking Facebook and marketing.
Really makes you dumb.
Yeah, it's like you could easily, like we could just make a video and it's like, and then like
Wow, these guys really shred.
and buy like 1 million views on Facebook and be like, but it got 1 million views.
Wow. These guys are really popular in India.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Anyways, it's entirely possible that he genuinely does see this as some sort of victory, but it really isn't, and there's no way that he planned it this way. In all fairness, though, his Spotify stats before the tour were pitiful, with just 43 monthly listeners, probably all him. And now that's over 5,000 monthly listeners, which is him and Elliot.
Yeah.
So good for him, I guess. Although all of those listens are just people checking to see if his music is actually any good. And like Elliot said, it's not. It's not.
Also, just like the mastering is bad. The levels are very low. Like it's just basic.
Well, he had no money left for mastering.
It's like sitting at like minus 12 dB. What do
You know, he
doing?
probably did it on like a 4-track in his bedroom.
Someone on Twitter like found the actual like album notes and like tweeted at the producer that they claimed like produced the record, who definitely didn't. And he didn't reply, but someone else jumped in and they're like, well, that producer has an isotrope like VST plugin like preset mode, so it's probably that. Like,
Could be that.
yeah, he's just used a plugin named after a producer.
There you go.
So yeah,
Explained.
Aside from Threatin's touring band, another collateral victim of all this is Threatin's brother, Scott, who is also a metal musician and previously was even in a band with his brother that was actually somewhat successful. And Scott does not seem very happy being associated with any of this. He told Metal Sucks, "It is my opinion that with the same amount of effort and money, of which I'm sure he's borrowed a lot, there's no doubt in my mind with his talent, he could have done something in a legitimate and respectable manner. Instead, he's gone the route of manipulation and deceit. While he may try to spin all this as an elaborate hoax of sorts, I can assure you, knowing my brother, that this indeed was a failed attempt at entering the music industry."
Really makes you think.
Whew. I mean, art's not about intent. It's about
He
how it's
technically
received.
created art.
He created some very interesting art.
I was gonna ask if they were from like a rich family, but if he's borrowing this money, he's gonna have a lot more problems than
Hey man,
he currently has.
hey man, just roll that debt over.
Hey, where's that $50,000, $80,000 you owe me? Yeah, but did you see the headline?
Bro, a headline.
Pretty cool, huh?
I headlined the asylum in Birmingham.
Pretty cool, huh? Anyways, you get your money as soon as all the digital marketing agencies come knocking for me.
Yeah. He seems to think, he's like, I'm famous now, but it's like, all these people.
Now you're Jacob Wall famous.
Yeah, there's like, it is a very big red flag of someone's character when they don't understand the difference between fame and infamy.
Yes.
They're two different things.
Anyways, it's time to tell you about this week's sponsor because this video is probably going to be demonetized because of everything we talk about, but they saved the day, and it is Hunt a Killer. Do you like true crime stories and often find yourself trying to solve the case all on your lonesome? Do you love the thrill of escape rooms, looking for clues and solving puzzles? I have certainly come around to escape rooms and enjoy them now.
I love them.
Well, here's something that's right up your alley. Introducing Hunt a Killer, your favorite new obsession.
Now, Hunt a Killer is a monthly subscription where you become a detective immersed in a murder mystery. Each month, a fictional serial killer will send you cryptic clues, objects, and letters that you can actually use to solve the crime in real life. It's so interactive and convincing that it looks and feels real. And also, when it first came out, someone apparently bought this as a gift for a friend without
didn't tell him?
telling them, and It caused a fuss, so maybe don't do that.
Yeah, tell them before they start getting cryptic messages from serial killers.
Anyway, Hunt a Killer is perfect to play solo, as a date night, or for a game night with friends so you can exchange theories. You can even join their online community, working with other people who are at the same point in the story as you.
It's almost Christmas. Your true crime friends, they need something. So get them this. Now, there's over 60,000 people that have joined Hunt a Killer's online community, and they have over 1,000 5-star customer reviews. Right now, just for you guys, you can go to huntakiller.com/weeklyweird, all one word, for 10% off your first box. They only accept 200 members per day. Exclusive. So hurry and take advantage of this offer. It's huntakiller.com/weeklyweird for 10% off your first box. huntakiller.com/weeklyweird. See if you would have what it takes to get into the mind of a serial killer and solve the mystery. And then sometimes maybe they'll put out a future box where it's like, get into the mind of these weirdos who, for whatever reason, try to gain fame through marketing and fail horribly.
Yeah, we should start our own box.
Yeah,
get into the mind.
Figure out weird
Malachi
people.
Love Robinson.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's some good headlines from this past week, and trust me, I checked that they're actually all from this past week because last week I ended up putting one from 2014 in there, but it was fun, so whatever.
Yeah.
Who cares? But here's a great one, and it's making my mouth water. Chinese archaeologists discover 2,000-year-old liquor in ancient tomb.
Out of all the things that people want to try, I would maybe try this one.
I mean, you're gonna need a digestif after the cheese and the horse and
Also something to just like
the juice.
Yeah, something that just knocks you unconscious basically afterwards.
2,000-year-old liquor.
It's got to be very potent.
Yeah, it's Chinese liquor too. It's rice liquor.
I would actually consider trying this. There's been crazier, not crazier things, but like I've had like almost 100-year-old scotch.
Yeah.
So what's another 1,900 years?
Yeah, I've had some pretty old scotch. Feel a little guilty drinking it. I can't imagine the guilt, the sorrow I would feel just gulping down this 2,000-year-old liquor.
The fact when me and you like have like really, really old scotch, you got to imagine the journey that the scotch went on.
Yeah.
Like 80 years ago, like some dude's just making this beautiful, amazing thing, gonna store it forever. It's gonna be almost priceless. And it made its way through like 3 wars, and then all of a sudden, 2 fucking douchebags.
No, it's a little too peaty for me.
Anyways, I've already had about 4 beers tonight.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll have that
I
scotch.
can't taste a damn
I
thing.
literally can't tell the difference because I'm already fucking drunk. Give me the scotch.
Yeah. Well,
You gotta feel bad.
well,
Someone paid for it.
someone paid for it.
We got our come moments on all the movie studios for stealing our money off the videos by stealing scotch off their tabs.
Yeah, that's true. It is kind of fair.
Fair is fair. Russians dressed up as a cardboard bus attempt to cross vehicle-only bridge. The picture of this is amazing.
Yeah, there's a video, and it is.
I only saw the picture.
Oh, it's like 6 guys in a giant car, and they really thought they could get away with it, or maybe I don't know.
It looks like something that a bunch of school kids made.
Yeah, these are grown men.
Yeah. It doesn't look like a bus, if that's what I mean, it does.
I mean, if you were like half blind and from like a mile away, like, oh, that's a bus.
Hey, look
Why
at that.
would it be 6 people in a cardboard box?
Yeah.
But yeah, this.
Oh, license and registration, please.
Well, they just wanted to get across the bridge.
Yeah.
The bridge is car only. Pedestrians left out to dry here.
You know,
They made do with what they had. Cardboard.
this might actually work in a late night drive-through. Because you need the car to get the food. You can't just
Yeah.
walk through.
Yeah, that's a very American problem.
Yeah.
The late night drive-through. Oh, you have to be in a car. It's for safety. It's our insurance. Just fucking give me the food,
Give me
lady.
the food, damn it. No, we can try this with a drive-through.
What's up?
Beep, beep. Hey, hold on, let me turn down my radio. Oh, my car shut down. Sorry, let me get that back on. Sir, it's fine. We'll serve you. It's fine. Just
Yeah,
stop.
this new Prius. Sustainable. You can't hear it.
Just put that cup. I got a cup holder right here because I'm in a car. I'll just put that right there in the cup holder. No big deal.
Anyway, I'll get like 20 chalupas.
So they didn't make it across the bridge, did they?
No, they got pulled over.
Sad.
They were like waved over. The cops probably like, look,
Real
it's
funny.
a cool crime.
Yeah.
It's Russia. They were probably beaten and thrown in
Yeah,
jail.
yeah, it could be.
Yeah. Wells Fargo says shareholders can't sue us because they should have known we were lying.
Oh, really? Huh.
It's yeah. So
We're a bank. You can't trust banks.
we lie all the fucking time.
Yeah.
You're giving us your money. We go and spend it all over the place, and then we give you back just the tiniest amount of interest.
Yeah.
And we fuck up all the time with your personal identity.
There's risk involved, with money in general.
So they're being sued because, they fucked up that one time, and then the CEO was like, we're changing things for the better, and then they didn't, and more bad shit happened. Wells Fargo is saying, well, actually, when we said we were doing things better, that was puffery, which is a legal term when you're like, America's favorite burger. Like Texas's best rib.
World's best coffee.
It's puffery. It's like legally protected in your advertising. So Wells Fargo is saying that when they said we fucked up and we'll make things better, that was also puffery.
So that's puffery.
It's like, whoa, what are we supposed to say?
There's this, they must have dug through and found this thing where they're like, the customer should know we were not trustworthy because if you go all the way back when it was just a stagecoach, it's like you give your money, you're like, send this to Dodge City. And you're like, sir, we could get robbed along the way, but thank you for trusting us with your money. Whoops, we got robbed. Mm-hmm. You should have known.
Mm-hmm. It's a stagecoach.
Yeah.
Just a big Target.
Mm-hmm. It's a big red fucking stagecoach.
Yeah, it's not even fast.
Nope. 4 horsepower.
Well, yeah.
Not very fast.
Literally 4 horsepower.
Texas woman's divorce ends in explosion of wedding dress felt 15 miles away. Was it made of that old film?
Nah, she just was really happy to be getting divorced, so she and her friends covered in
dynamite?
Tannerite.
Oh.
That shit that's always causing trouble.
That guy, the one that he used at the other thing?
Yeah, they shot it and they used way too much Tannerite and it was very loud.
Did they get hurt?
Nah, everyone, it's Texas. Everything's bigger in Texas, including the wedding dress explosions.
Yeah, 15 miles though, that's a long way away.
That might be one of them Texas exaggerations.
Yeah.
One of them tall tales from Texas.
Yeah.
Paul Bunyan, that man was 15 feet tall, and he rode a big blue ox.
And he hung his dick over the edge of the toilet like you wouldn't believe. It still touched the floor.
His toilet stood 10 feet high. The water, 15 feet below, to account for his 14-foot swinging flaccid dick.
And he ate big pancakes. They couldn't make flapjacks big enough for this man's appetite.
They had to import a Chinese wok to cook his pancakes on.
He broke a maple tree in half and poured the syrup straight onto the pancakes. The man's huge. This is probably it's probably his wife that blew up this wedding dress. The wedding dress is probably 15 miles wide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your mom was so fat.
You know, so fat, she blew up her wedding dress and people felt it 15 miles away.
Oh!
And your dad's a lot happier now.
Yeah.
He's dating some hot young thing.
Yeah, she's framing this as oh man,
it's his fault.
Starting my new life, and to prove that I was not the problem, I'm gonna blow up a fucking wedding dress.
What's the most sane thing I could do? The one that makes me look the most normal.
I'm gonna really show him.
Yeah.
Show him who's living their best life.
Meanwhile, he's in a Corvette with the top down. Got a 20-year-old college girl in the passenger seat. He's like, hey, Barbie, you feel that? She's like, what? Nothing. I guess we should just go fucking gamble for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
We're going to Vegas. True freedom.
Yep. Drunk online shopper wakes up to live pig, peacock, and giant salamander.
At his doorstep?
Yeah.
That's fast delivery, first of all. Second of all.
China.
Oh.
Because last weekend it was, they have the Singles Day holiday.
Mm-hmm.
It's more popular than Valentine's Day. And it's the bigger than Black Friday. It's deals all over the place.
Big Black Friday.
Well, this guy got 24-hour day drunk, and he did some online shopping. Over there, you can just order fucking animals off of Baidu or whatever the fuck they use, and and he's like, oh, jeez.
So what do you do with them? Is he raising
online?
them as his own now?
I don't know. I think he's at least gonna try. He seemed
good.
to like the pig. Peacock, though, I don't know.
Pigs are adorable when they're young.
Yeah, and it's a very cute small pig.
Mm-hmm. Little teacup pig.
Mm-hmm.
They get big.
And you can't eat pork around them.
Well, the good thing is all the salamander will eat the peacock, and then
No, it won't.
yeah, it'll eat it. These things they'll eat anything, and then the pig he'll eat the pig, and it'll just be him and the salamander, the way the salamander always wanted it to be.
Yes. Have you thought about switching to Geico?
Mm.
That's a gecko.
That's a gecko.
What's a salamander? They're all animals.
Teenagers boil sanitary pads to get high. This is like the new Jenkum.
It's even worse.
Are they used sanitary pads?
Yeah. They go down to the fucking dump and they're like, yeah.
The dump?
We got a fucking ripe one over here.
The dump?
Yeah, they Get them out of the fucking trash.
No, it's way easier to just go in the women's restroom and go into that little box. They got a little, I don't know if you've been into a women's restroom. I've had some emergencies. But they have a little box there next to the toilet.
Next to the couch?
Yeah, next to the couch and the makeup stuff and all that and the perfumes. They have a little box next to the toilet, next to the small dick toilet.
Yeah.
And it's filled.
That's a gold mine.
It's filled with these feminine pads.
Well, I'm sure they go there, but then they, it's a drug. And these guys, they're insatiable. So they take all of these. It's so fucking gross. They take all of them, they boil them, and then they drink the fucking water that comes out of it.
Ah!
They say it gets them real high.
Ah!
Yeah, pass.
There's probably chemicals in those pads, though.
That's what's getting them high.
Yeah.
I think it's just like chlorine. Like, all they have to do is...
There's something that sops that shit up.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really know how it works, but I've seen the commercials where they cut it in half and it's got the gel in it.
Yeah. It holds a fucking gallon of blue piss.
Yeah.
So
there's got to be something in there.
Well, in Indonesia, the teens are getting high off of it.
Well, it's almost as bad as Jenkum. I still think Jenkum might be worse. If you're young and you don't know what Jenkum is, look it up.
Not a man until you smoke some Jenkum.
Samsung built a robot butt just to test its smartphone's durability. That's cute.
I will volunteer to build the butt.
Do they all like get behind a blast-proof glass and like, all right, sit down on it. It might explode.
This is part of an article about just like their crazy safety testing or whatever. They do have they put these phones through hell. But yeah, one of them is a butt that hilariously has gene.
Yeah, of course it does.
Has genes on it.
Yeah.
It's just a disembodied gene butt.
Yeah.
That they just
because you got to
smash on these fucking phones. And they're like, yes.
And then someone's like, that
and then
butt
they're
keeps looking at me like,
hey,
that.
everyone, hey, you all go to lunch. I'll be here with the butt.
Test it.
And then they're like, yes, this is why I volunteered for the butt.
And then he just sits there and gets a free lap dance because it just keeps sitting right on top of him. He comes back, it malfunctions and crushes his pelvis.
Yeah.
They come back, he's just sitting there, but he died happy.
Death by
And
snooze.
we can only hope that we can all die in such a happy way.
He died doing what he loved. Being a fucking pervert.
A lot of people die being a pervert.
Rescued 6-foot emu and feisty donkey are in love, creating trouble for North Carolina shelter.
I feel like this is like an offshoot, Shrek sequel.
Yeah.
It's writing itself.
The donkey, they tried putting him with the other donkeys. He tried to fight him. They tried separating him. They both freaked out. This donkey and this emu, they can't be separated. And now this shelter is like, we can only give these animals away to someone who's willing to take both. And who the fuck is going to want a donky and an emu?
A drunk Chinaman.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. I love this is what it's like when headlines collide. So
Just ship 'em out there.
yeah, North Carolina. International shipping might be a bit much, but I feel like this guy over in China might not mind.
This is the slippery slope that people in North Carolina were talking about when they let people use other people's bathrooms.
Yeah. If we start letting anyone use anyone's bathroom, the emus and the donkeys are gonna fall in love.
And people are gonna be stealing sanitary pads.
Yeah, they're gonna be getting high off tampons.
Yep. Man wearing I Heart Jesus hat breaks into church to rip Bibles, defaces walls with spray paint. He just loves that God so much.
I got a feeling he doesn't love Jesus.
Could be an ironic t-shirt. Those are popular.
I love Jesus.
Yeah. I don't know. He seemed to know his way around the church too, so maybe he formerly loved Jesus
Well, they have that.
and just kept the hat on.
I mean, we've talked about it before, but they have that Christian group that tears up phone books, so maybe he's one of those guys.
Oh, he's just practicing.
Yeah, he's just
He's
practicing.
actually getting swole.
Yeah. Or he was like, man, I'm trying to volunteer around the church and I'm trying to do my part and just, there's no place for me here. I can't volunteer. Maybe if I fuck up the whole place, they'll need me to volunteer to wipe down the spray paint and, sew the Bibles back together.
Yeah. Hi, I heard you were vandalized last night. Well, I don't want to make you folks clean up. I'm a good Samaritan, and I love Jesus, as you can tell by my hat. Let me handle this.
It's creating your own job.
Yeah, sometimes you have to sin in order to redeem yourself.
Yeah.
That's my theory.
He was going to ask for forgiveness and then eat the body of Christ.
Yeah, I've run out of things for it to atone for, so
Gotta cause some trouble.
Time to
It was a
do
win-win.
some sins.
Win-win. Retirement home alcohol ban slammed as un-Australian. Let these people drink. They died doing what they love, getting rip-roaring drunk in Australia.
What's the point of being retired if I can't get drunk?
You can't say that, Elliot. That's an offensive word now. Just like the one that I just said.
Retired.
No, you can't say it. Mentally challenged.
Retard.
No, you can't say
retard.
that. You can't say that. It's offensive.
Yeah.
And I can't say the other word.
Yeah.
I said it. I was referring to a man in China. Can't say it.
Chinaman. Yeah. Well, he is
They're retired.
retard. Yeah, so, if you're fucking living in a retirement home, in Australia of all places, let the man drink his
Or woman.
Teddy Hopper. Yeah, let him.
Yeah.
You know, it's only like that much beer, that much foam.
Yeah.
It's not even that
Just
much.
let him have it. It's fine. That's like my favorite. This just reminds me like just my favorite Gary the Goat video from Australia.
Oh, Gary.
Is where like this lady pulls up and he's stuck in the thing and she's like, he's like, let me have a drink of that beer. And he's like, oh, it tastes like piss. And she's like, that's 5%, mate.
Yeah.
Love it. Go watch Gary the Goat. He's dead, but
R.I.P. Gary.
the videos live on.
Gary's boss is still out there.
Yep.
His owner.
He's a
Yeah.
comedian in Australia. But the videos are great. Go watch them. Anyways, that's it for this week's episode of Weekly Weird News. Be sure to check out Tech News Day and another episode of News Dump. Also, go check out that subscription box. Our sponsors very much help keep this show up, as well as our Patreon supporters and YouTube members. There's a join button right there. You can go to the Patreon by clicking the link in the description. Contribute to the channel so we can stick around and make videos for you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.